My coming out story. My coming out story was a little bit different. I was 9 years old, a little adventurous little child. I was all over the place, and I don't know, she started feeling on my booty, and then I started feeling on her booty, like sliding our hands up under each other's like cheeks as we sat on the floor watching TV because we were at a babysitter. So I don't even know how it even happened.
Even closer to him, and actually it feels like.
So if you made it this far into the video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, please go back and watch my previous video, then continue. Thank you.
It kind of changed our relationship from that point because we understood each other, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we were, bumping heads because we were fighting ourselves so much for things not to be true, you know what I mean? But so I came out to him at first, and then after that I felt okay, and I was like, okay, yes, let's just come out to everybody. And I felt like, it was okay. But then when I came out, like, the next person I came out to was my aunt, and I told my aunt because after I told my brother, I was like, okay, let's just go. And I told her, and the funny thing about it was she thought that I was gonna basically tell her I was pregnant. And if any teenage girl knows what their parents all get so scared about is you being pregnant. No, I wasn't pregnant. So I came out and said I was gay. She's like, oh, I thought you was gonna be pregnant. And I found that funny. But then after the fact, it was just like, it was kind of hard because then it was just like little sayings start coming, like, and I don't know if she knows that, that hurts people's feelings, but my aunt even called me a bull dyke one time. And it's just like, for someone that just like came out and is very, new to it, you shouldn't, address them that way just due to the fact of you have a sister who you've already known that she, partakes in, women and all that. So a bull dyke shouldn't be the first thing that comes out of your mouth to call your niece. So that hurt, and that put me back in just due to the fact of I grew up in a real Christian family, and my mom, she was kind of the black sheep of the family just due to her different choices that she's made in her life. But when I tried to come out, and I came out to certain people, basically, like the side of my family that was real, like Christian, you know what I mean, and very, because I'm Christian, I'm Christian, you know what I mean, but that is like real, like Bible thumping, they don't even know at all. But the other, like, there's another part, like another part of my intermediate family, my grandma's sister's side, I was really close with them, and I used to go to church with them every Sunday after my grandma passed. And I used to be over there all weekends after, she picked me up after I got out of school and everything. So I was really, really close-knit with them. And just due to the fact of how I was raised, and knowing that in the Bible it says that it's a sin and all that, I was very hesitant. I got a tattoo, these, that actually says my fiance's name. And this is when we were in high school. I got them, and they asked me who it was, and I lied about who it was. And I'm just like, why would you, like, and then for me to be so close, you know what I mean, to them, I don't know why I felt like I had to hide. But being religious and being gay, it didn't make sense to me. So at that time I was like, okay. And then I distanced myself, which I shouldn't have. I distanced myself from, family. I distanced myself from friends. And then all of a sudden, when I was just like, here it is, here it is, I just said, here it is. Before, let's rewind a little bit, because when I was going over to their house on weekdays and stuff, and I had a girlfriend named Sean, and yes, I'm name dropping, I don't care, but her name was Sean. I met her through my cousin Valencia, and she happened to be my first girlfriend. So she was my first girlfriend, first anything. I was girly at the time. She was a stud at the time. So like I was kind of interested in studs in the beginning, but then at the same time I was just like, I don't like girly clothes. And so back then it felt like you had to choose who you were. So I chose to be a stud or whatever. But now I'm just I'm open. You know what I mean? I'm a no label. I dress how I want to dress and all that. But it's just like, back then you had to be what you had to be. So my first girlfriend was a stud, and she was very nice. She introduced me to her family, and that's really where I knew that I liked women, you know what I mean? And I enjoyed women more than I enjoyed men, because I actually, talked to men and I talked to women, At the time I was bisexual. And then about my junior year, I started, changing and dressing how I wanted to dress and wearing looser clothes and all that. So it's just like, yeah. So I didn't come out to my mom until, I would say, I came out when I was 16, but she was one of the last people to know, but she already kind of knew. She was like, oh, I knew. And then when everyone in my family found out and everything, it was kind of strange. Some of the family that I was close with, that, I went to church with all the time, some of the relationships changed a little bit, but they came around to it just because, my spouse, I've been with my spouse for a long time, and I don't bring a lot of people around my family. I've only brought 3 people around my family, and that was around high school time. So it's just, if you know my family, you know my family, and my family don't take kindly to people coming in and out. So that's why I didn't. But I think it helped that I was with the same person for a long period of time. And even in my past relationships, I was with that same person for longer than 6 months, longer than even a year. So it's just I feel like it made it more easier for them to, get acclimated to the fact that I was gay or that I liked women. And yeah, and I felt like it was kind of easy just to come out because my mom is like that. And then it helped that my brother was, gay as well. So yeah, so that's my coming out story. I hope you guys liked it. It's kind of long. It was kind of different, but when you're in a Christian family, sometimes you don't even want to come out. I feel like if my grandma was still alive, I probably wouldn't have came out. I just wouldn't want that stress on her, but then that would have been, harder for me. But at the moment, that I'm glad that I came out, because fighting with yourself, I feel like was the number one thing that, causes people to think about, other things, you know what I mean? Just because you want to be who you are so bad, but then sometimes the judgment of other people hold you in. So the judgment from other people keep you inside of the closet. So if you guys are out there and you are wanting to come out, you know, why don't you take it one step at a time? Come out to your sibling that you actually trust, or even come out to a maybe best friend. And also, don't push people away. It's okay to be gay, especially nowadays. You know, nowadays it's more acceptable to be gay versus back in the day, because a lot of times back in the day people say it was phases. But yeah, I just want you guys to know it's okay to be gay. It's okay to come out. If you don't want to come out, that's okay as well. But when you do come out, we all are here for you. And there's a big support system in the LGBTQ plus world, and it's not as close-minded as you would think. And if you aren't accepted by your parents, then I do apologize for that, but it's still okay to live in your truth. It's okay to be you, because then if you don't be you, then who else are you going to be? Like, you're just gonna fight with yourself all the time. And that's why people go crazy in their head, because they cannot be them and be truly who they are. They're just trying to be other people. So come out wherever you are. But I hope you guys like this video. Like it, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.